Caitlin Clark in her decision, I not only respect it, but I wholeheartedly support it. You know, a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle.
Women's basketball is facing a seismic shift that nobody could have predicted, and the league has no one to blame but itself. Right now, Caitlin Clark stands on the brink of receiving an offer so monumental, so groundbreaking, that it has the potential to completely redefine the WNBA landscape by 2026. Sources indicate a staggering $150 million contract, but this is far more than just a payday. It's about recognition, validation, and finally commanding the respect she has undeniably earned. The billion-dollar league underestimated her, assuming they could control their brightest star, and now reality is forcing them to confront their mistake. Let's put the figures into perspective. Caitlin Clark's rookie WNBA salary was a mere $76,800, a tiny fraction of the value she actually brought to the sport. She consistently turned arenas into sold-out venues, doubled or even tripled TV viewership, and saw merchandise sales skyrocket. While the league treated her like a minor player, she performed like a global superstar, captivating audiences and elevating women's basketball to new heights. On top of that, the treatment she faced on the court was borderline disrespectful, even shocking, underscoring just how undervalued she truly was. Now, with this unprecedented offer looming, the real question isn't whether she deserves it, it's whether the WNBA can survive if she chooses to take it. The harsh reality of what Caitlin Clark endured on the court is staggering, almost too shocking to believe, yet it was painfully true. Fans saw relentless cheap shots, repeated fouls that went completely ignored, and referees refusing to blow whistles while veteran players actively tried to dismantle her game. And whenever she spoke up, the league remained completely silent. The jealousy and resentment were impossible to hide. Instead of protecting their brightest star, the WNBA allowed chaos to dominate, letting their most valuable player be punished for mere pennies while the league's credibility teetered dangerously. Imagine this. The very athlete capable of keeping the league relevant was treated as an afterthought, expected to simply be grateful for showing up. That's not smart business, that's how you drive a league into collapse. Enter Unrivaled, also known as Project B, the game-changing disruptor set to rewrite the rules. This isn't a short-term initiative, it's led by two of women's basketball's most legendary figures, Breanna Stewart and Napheesa Collier, athletes who know the league's flaws intimately and are determined to build a stronger, fairer system. What makes Unrivaled truly groundbreaking is its vision. Beyond higher salaries, it delivers genuine equity, ownership opportunities, and a chance to share in the league's long-term success. As Unrivaled expands, its players rise alongside it, guaranteeing stars like Caitlin Clark are never undervalued again. This is more than just progress, it's a full-scale revolution for women's basketball. Athlete compensation is entering a game-changing era, and Caitlin Clark finds herself squarely in the spotlight. In this new approach, when the league profits, the players share in that success, treating stars as true business partners rather than just employees. Reports indicate that base salaries for elite talent could now reach six figures, with some potentially climbing into seven figures, a dramatic increase from the WNBA's current top of around $200,000. But this revolution isn't just about money. Sources suggest Caitlin's deal might include tens of millions in equity, exclusive marketing rights, profit-sharing arrangements, and the guarantee that she becomes the undisputed face of the league, everything the WNBA should have offered her years ago. Think of it as the LIV golf moment for women's basketball, when LIV shook up the PGA Tour and top players walked away with historic contracts, redefining the game. Unrivaled is set to do the same, but this time, the WNBA has far less leverage to intervene. They're offering more than just compensation, they're offering respect, influence, and a real stake in shaping the sport's future. Now the billion-dollar question arises, what will Caitlin Clark decide? Loyalty is often brought up, given that the WNBA drafted her and gave her a platform, but loyalty only works both ways. The league's past actions, letting her be undervalued and forced to endure hardships for a mere $76,000, made it clear how little respect she truly received. This choice could very well reshape the future of women's basketball forever. While the league raked in millions from her name, Caitlin Clark now holds all the leverage. Her opportunities extend far beyond basketball. She has golf ventures, endorsement deals that could eclipse an entire WNBA season's earnings in a single campaign, media projects, business investments, and even coaching prospects if she chooses. Basketball is just one path, and frankly, it might no longer be the most profitable. But imagine if she joins Unrivaled. The 2026 WNBA season would launch without Caitlin Clark, and the consequences would be immediate and severe. TV networks scramble to renegotiate contracts. After all, it wasn't other stars driving ratings, it was Caitlin. Ticket sales drop sharply, arenas that once overflowed now sit half empty, merchandise revenue tanks, and sponsors begin reassessing their commitments. Major brands like Nike, State Farm, Gatorade, and Xfinity, which built campaigns around her, start redirecting budgets to other sports. Even local sponsors in WNBA cities, who invested heavily to leverage her influence, begin pulling back. Season ticket holders demand refunds. Corporate suites that sold out instantly now remain vacant. The economic fallout is massive, impacting everything from advertising deals to media coverage. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star, she's an entire ecosystem, and without her, the league faces a real risk of collapse. The WNBA could be approaching its greatest crisis yet, with ESPN's multi-million-dollar broadcast deals hanging in the balance. Without Caitlin Clark, revenue projections and growth plans begin to unravel. Games are shifted from primetime slots to ESPN2, then ESPNU, and eventually streaming-only platforms. Production budgets shrink, camera coverage is reduced, and commentary loses its energy. The league struggles to highlight other players and storylines, but the truth is clear, casual fans simply don't care. Hardcore basketball viewers may remain, but the millions drawn by Caitlin vanish. Meanwhile, Unrivaled is exploding, venues sell out within hours, primetime TV deals pour in, and new facilities are funded by massive investments. Major brands see Caitlin as the centerpiece, fueling unstoppable growth. Other top players, like Angel Reese, notice and receive offers from Unrivaled with equity, starring roles, and marketing control. Looking at her WNBA contract, Angel realizes she's undervalued just like Caitlin. Suddenly, the league faces a genuine risk of a talent exodus that could reshape women's basketball forever. A rising generational star, Paige Buchers, watches Caitlin Clark's journey closely, learning exactly what's on the line. When her turn to go pro arrives, Unrivaled steps in with a deal promising wealth, influence, and opportunity before she even steps on the court. The WNBA. They offer $76,000 and the slim hope of possible endorsements, if she's lucky. Which league do you think she chooses? The talent exodus accelerates. It's not just the superstars, role players notice Unrivaled's minimum salaries, already higher than the WNBA's maximum contracts, and they start making the move too. Why stay with a struggling team when you can earn triple, gain equity, and grow with a league built for the future? Within just a few years, the WNBA reverts to its pre-Caitlin status, a niche league followed mainly by die-hard fans, while casual viewers vanish. Attendance drops to 4,000 per game, TV ratings collapse, franchises lose revenue, and teams face folding or relocation. Meanwhile, Unrivaled rises to dominate, becoming the premier global women's basketball league. International talent now chooses Unrivaled over the WNBA, media coverage shifts entirely, and young girls dreaming of basketball see Unrivaled, not the WNBA, as the ultimate goal. The balance of power in women's basketball has flipped completely, and the landscape will never be the same. All of this turmoil could have been avoided if the WNBA had simply acknowledged Caitlin Clark for who she truly is, a generational superstar, and treated her accordingly. Instead, arrogance, short-sightedness, and penny-pinching destroyed a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They had the blueprint for massive growth laid out clearly, yet they squandered it through ignorance and greed. This isn't theory, it's basic business 101. You protect your assets. You invest in your stars. You don't underpay the very person carrying your entire league on their shoulders. The WNBA failed at every turn. Now, they are about to face the consequences. Executives lie awake knowing the truth. Caitlin doesn't need the league, they need her. They could have paid her what she deserved, safeguarded her on the court, and built the league around her for the next decade. Instead, they handed her a rookie minimum while jealous veterans took cheap shots and referees looked the other way. Now, another league offers her everything: ownership, millions, marketing control, and the respect she should have had from day one. She would be fully justified in saying yes. Why sacrifice millions and influence for a league that treated her like an afterthought? The WNBA had the Michael Jordan of women's basketball delivered to them and completely fumbled it. This is the inevitable cost when a league takes its stars for granted: disrespect, short-sightedness, and greed finally catching up. The destiny of the WNBA now rests entirely in Caitlin Clark's hands, and after years of being undervalued and overlooked, the league better hope her loyalty runs deeper than theirs ever did. This is the defining moment that could shape the next decade of women's basketball. Fans, insiders, and the entire sports world are watching closely. Will she accept the groundbreaking offer from Unrivaled, or remain with a league that never truly recognized her value? The stakes go far beyond a single player. Her choice could completely transform the economics, popularity, and global influence of women's basketball. What do you think she should do? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you want more inside coverage, and subscribe for in-depth updates on the business moves, power shifts, and game-changing decisions that are rewriting the rules of sports. Don't miss a single update. Join the conversation now and be part of the story shaping the future of women's basketball.